Just Jesse was kind of pushing real hard on Brandon there the whole time, and once Brandon checks up and not run over the two guys in front of him, he gets turned. I mean, Jesse was pushing real hard. It's just not the time for that, and I think Jesse knows that, and it probably feels worse after he wrecked two of the guys that he works out with, and he and I hang out all the time, so that sucks. Come home and get wrecked by your best friend. It's not a great start to the season, but he'll come back after the race and apologize, I'm sure, and but I mean also just you could probably take the pushes a little bit, but it's just a little bit of everything, and I was a innocent bystander, and I get to go up and hang out and watch the race with my friends and family. They were trying to watch me, so that's going to be a little awkward.
Extra disappointing because it was just so early?
Yeah, I mean, it's lap 5? I ran more laps in practice yesterday. So said on the CW there, you hear the guys in the iRacing lobbies tell you can't win out in the first lap. And, I mean, everybody, they're blocking both lanes and moving all. I mean, I know you're trying to lead the race and control the race, and Austin does a good job of that. He's still leading, so it works out for him. But it's just not the time. You figured you'd settle in for the first 10, 15 laps after we've all been sitting on the couch for 3 months, and some of these guys are a little antsy, and that's kind of what happened tonight.
What do you say to him the next time you see him?
Who's that?
Jesse.
He'll come find me first, I'm sure, but that's all right. We'll see each other at poker on Tuesday, so we'll be all right.
Thank you.
Brandon, what happened?
The bottom started to kind of get stacked a little bit right there. We had some good cars. I had two teammates in front of me. I had the two behind me, which is always a really good, solid guy at these style of racetracks. But it kind of got checked up off of 2, and I did not want to run into 18. I mean, for one, that's a terrible place to be pushed, and 2, he doesn't have just a ton of experience in these cars. So right away, I knew that let's just give him some room. It's early. There's not reason to be pushing at all, really, right now in general. And I don't know if he didn't anticipate the stack up. The only reason I knew it was stacking up because I heard it from Lambert, just the energy of how he was spotting, right? So I don't know how or who that comes down to, but I'll go back, I'll look, maybe there's something I could have done a little bit differently, but at the end of the day, I just watched it back and it looked like I just got turned down the straightaway almost, really. So I don't know what else I could have done. I hate, always hate at any racetrack going out this early. This is way too soon to be in the garage, being done for today. But there's a lot of races. There's a lot of stuff to rebound from. I know these guys are rock solid on pit road that we've got and in the garage that work on this race car. There's a lot of time that went into that just to get it wadded up that early. But we'll rebound pretty quick here, and we'll get on the attack at Atlanta. I was really good there last year, so I'll be happy to go home and race that track.
All the other divisions that have raced here, their drivers said the track has lost a lot of grip from year over year. Did you experience that in 5 laps?
No, I think it's a little bit of a lack of just understanding this craft. I think a lot of people think that it's a hold it wide open and let her rip kind of track, and there's a lot more to it than that. I've 15 years into it, and I'm still learning about how this style of track races, the proper ways to go about racing it, when to push, when not to push. I just hate being a product of maybe some misinformation on other people's behalfs. So I think that as a sport, I don't know how we get there. I don't know how people continue to get better and you make people care to get better, but not saying that is the case, but it just seems like as I've been watching all these races, right, there's so many people shoving in the corners, there's so many people pushing off the corners, and it's just for no reason. It's just too soon, so understanding when to do that and when not to do that and when it's acceptable, so I think that we could eliminate a lot of issues if we just got people on the same page.
It's a new team for this year, new guys to acclimate with. Obviously, you don't have a ton of time today to be able to do that, but what did you feel working with these guys over the last couple of days here?
Yeah, they're solid. I was excited to just watch this race play out. We've got a really good spotter up there with Chris Lambert. I think we've got one of the most awesome pit crews on pit road. I was ready to see them bang some fast stops out. I think Sam McCauley is going to be the next Cup crew chief. We got a lot of good things going for us this year. So, yeah, try not to let this hinder any of that. We got a lot of good momentum, a lot of good things going for us this year. So, yeah, I'll try to, I think these guys are mentally strong enough. We can power through this. These guys have been around Cup cars and stuff their whole life, so they know how to kind of ride the ups and downs of the sport. So they'll be good about rebounding.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment. all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.